Hello, folks. It's the big ugly outlaw from down here on Henson Creek. Now, all right, my good friend Lydia from Lucky in Kentucky. You know, she's a pitiful soul. She looks for some kind of something to talk about to have a YouTube channel, but what I've seen, she don't know much of what she's talking about. And it's funny because her good friend Ann Yoder, one of the people I exposed for their fraudulent, GoFundMe's, Miss Yoder and her Mr. Carey guy she made up that I proved was a fraudulent GoFundMe because he talked to me and told me he was kin to our good Sheriff Chad Weddle and lived on Henson Ridge. And I called Chad Weddle and I asked him if he was kin to Mr. Carey. And of course he said no. And then I said, well, what about Henson Ridge? We've both been around here all of our lives, and this Mr. Carey says he's from Henson Ridge, and he's never lived on Henson Ridge. That was all proven lies, and that's how I proved that Ann Yoder and Melvin Yoder and Mr. Carey were all fraudulent. Yet Lydia in Lucky in Kentucky, poor Lydia, Ann Yoder tried to get in with Titus and Stephanie Morris down there on their YouTube channel, and they figured it out, and figured out quite quickly she was crazy. And then she moved on to Aaron. And then Aaron figured out pretty quickly she was crazy. And then she come to me. And her and Melvin donated some money to my GoFundMe, and I couldn't figure out why they had to hide it from Titus and Stephanie. It took me a while to figure it out. But it was because they were playing both sides, and they were, buddying up to Stephanie and Titus in case they did, put them on their YouTube like they wanted. But poor Lydia is the only YouTuber that has failed in deep with Ann Yoder and her lies. And now Lydia and her Lucky in Kentucky channel don't have nothing better to do but to talk about me. Now, people do that whenever they're caught and in a corner. And yes, Lydia, I understand. You put yourself in a corner by promoting these fraudulent GoFundMe's, and it makes you, and I warned you before I exposed them to get out, give you a chance to get out of it. But instead, you doubled down because you're so smart. But yet anybody that has any sense listening to you talk figures out pretty quick that you're not very smart at all. You're pretty dumb, and you try to act like you're so good, and you cut people down with those passive-aggressive comments and talk about how good you are when you're so dumb and so uninformed, and you spread so much misinformation with your dumbass opinions and your dumbass logic. I can see why your husband left you, and I can see why you feel so pathetic and pitiful. If you want to, keep on laying with fleas and promoting fraudulent GoFundMe's, then you'll go down with them. So you just keep on keeping on. We'll pray for you, but you can't be a piece of shit for much longer before somebody flushes you. So Lydia and Lucky in Kentucky, you can kiss my ass. You can hang off my balls that made your channel all you want to. Because we all know that your channel was failing until you got on no outlaw's balls. And I'd say your husband didn't like that much either. Thank you.